This project, it's kind of cool because it's got some kind of special meaning to not only myself, but I think all of us. It's a 1985 Harley Electra Glide. It was originally my father's. He had given that to me back when I was in my early 20s. Initially, he bought that, I want to say, in the early 90s. At that time, our family was kind of transitioning. I think my sister was just about leaving for college. I wasn't too far behind her. And I think my parents at that time were just getting to a point where they were realizing they were going to have some free time on their hands. So they had looked at a number of different things. I remember them golfing and trying that, and that never stuck. And then after trying a few other activities, they settled on the bike, and they bought the bike. And they had a lot of good times on it. My mother really enjoyed riding on the bike. Unfortunately, it wasn't too long after that she had passed away. And since that time, the bike has always had kind of a special connection to not just me, but our whole family. So I was kind of blown away when my father did give it to me. At that time, he had decided he wanted to get a new bike, and he had told me, "You take care of it. You know, the bike's yours. If you're not taking care of it, then I'm going to take it back." So it's kind of been a running joke between some people in my family and some of my dad's friends, some of our friends, because at the time that he had given me that bike, I was in my early 20s. I was trying to make a go of it, figuring out what I was going to do with my life. Moved around a lot. So the bike spent a lot of time sitting in different garages, collecting dust, and really just over time it kind of deteriorated. So it's really a project that I'm excited about because I'm anxious to see what my father thinks of it when it's done. I'm excited for him to be able to see it. I'm hoping he's going to like the changes that we've made to it. And it's our first Lumalore project, so not only is it the first time that we're using the Lumalore, you know, it's bringing back a really cool bike as well.
Like it's turned into more of a family build for the team, I guess. You know, to do something good for Bob. You know, I've been through a lot the last couple of years. Whole family really had a few things go on, but mainly Bob. I had a little rough patch there, so we thought we could do something awesome for him and put our hearts into it, you know. So I know Dino, like I said, I can't say enough about Dino, the hours he put in and how hard he worked. Jessica, we've driven here crazy with pictures and videos, and she's doing a lot of the editing. She's doing all the editing on the videos. She's knocking it out of the park. She's even put a lot of time in working on with the wheels and the sandblaster and little wiring with me. I've done all the wiring on the bike, so hopefully it doesn't catch on fire. Everyone honestly has been involved. Corey's been involved, helping us out with a lot of the stuff. We even got Global up here to do a little dance routine for us. And Wendy's been here, manning the fort when we can. Days where Jessica has to come videotape, and we have to bring her in to help us out. And we watch everything, so she's been a big part of this. A lot of input in the videos and stuff. So it's emotional, you know. We're excited for Bob. I think he needs this, and I think he's going to really appreciate it.
What do you think about this secret project we're doing for Bob?
I think he's going to be amazed. I don't think he has any clue what's going on for him. And I think it's going to be really great. It's going to mean a lot because it's family. And he lost his mom at a young age. And I think he's going to be astounded at the results on the bike.
I think this project that we're doing for Bob is really special. He deserves something that will make him smile. It's a family bike. Bob's a big family guy. So it's really nice that Dave had this idea to do it for Bob because he knows that Bob deserves it as well. It's been a rough year and he's gonna really like it. What's also neat about it is we've recruited his aunt Wendy, and she has been amazing. She's been there when I needed her help for anything. She's offered to do anything. She's let me take videos of her, and he'll see today, obviously, that she's played a big role in this. It wasn't to exclude anybody, but we chose her because we wanted to be really special for Bob and Bob's dad. And like she said, I don't think that there will be a dry eye in the house when they actually see what we've done to the bike. So Bob really deserves it, and it's going to be really special.
Okay, what do you think Bob's reaction to all this is going to be?
There probably won't be a dry eye in the house, but I think he's gonna love it. It's gonna be different. The bike is gonna be completely different, from my understanding, but a good different. It's gonna be big, and it's gonna be an Argyle bike, and it's gonna be awesome.
Well, Bob, like his family, man, he's the most loyal friend you could have. I'm proud to consider him one of my best friends and business partner, which makes things kind of good because, you know, we can argue like brothers and, you know, and find a way to get through it in about an hour or two, and, you know, usually go grab a couple beers and we forget all about it. So,
When asked to describe Bob, I would say in a few words, caring, dedicated to his employees, dedicated to the company, and hardworking.
Bob was a good boss. He's really funny. He's a caring guy. He's really good at what he does. He's a great thank guy.
Bob, when Bob's here, he really works. He busts his ass when he comes in.
He's a great guy to work for. I love coming to my job every day.
Bob is a really great guy. He's caring, he's funny, he's really smart. He cares a lot about his family, which is a great quality. He even had his kids here working on the bike, so it's really an all-around family Argyle bike. He's a really great dad from what I can see. He's loyal, he's fancy, and he really likes to wear sweater vests. And hey, I don't blame him. Who doesn't like a good sweater vest?
and he's kind of a dick.
And he's fancy.
And he's fancy. Likes to wear a sweater vest.
Well, the good thing about the bike is it was in pretty good condition mechanically, so we didn't have to do a heck of a lot to it. It's always been a really good running bike. So most of the things that we had to do to it were cosmetic upgrades. Sat around for a long time, so over the years, it's 30 years old anyway, so over the years it's collected a lot of dirt and grime. So removed the tins, took the tins off, stripped it down as much as possible, gave it a good steam clean. Took a lot of chrome off it. My dad was always big on the chrome. I haven't been as big on the chrome, so we left some on the bike, but we did take a bunch of it off, and the stuff that we left on needed to be cleaned, needed to be polished. It's one of the things we're doing. Bobby and Bill's initials, their dates of birth, going to be incorporated into the bike. So I'm excited about that, and I think they're going to be pretty excited to see it when it's all done and see their initials on the bike. I picked out the colors that I wanted on the bike, but after that, Dino and Dave kind of took it from there, and they're really deciding how it's going to be laid out on the bike. So at this point, I don't have any real idea how it's going to look when it's done. I know what the color is on the bike, but other than that, I don't know much about it. So I'm excited to see what they come up with and what they end up doing on the bike.
Who are your heroes and why?
First and foremost, probably my grandfathers. My grandfather on my mom's side was a really, really cool guy. He was a fighter pilot in World War II. He was at Pearl Harbor when it was attacked. So the guy lived quite a life. And he was a good guy, good family man. My grandfather on my dad's side, another one, was a great family man, hard worker his whole life. I'd like to think that's where I've gotten some of my work ethic from. He was a driver for a general in the Army, which is actually a very high profile, difficult job because you're always with the guy that the enemy wants to shoot. So that was always kind of an interesting thing about him. lived a good long life. And my dad. My dad has been my best friend really for as long as I can remember. And best man at my wedding, and he's my buddy. We hang out. I've learned a lot from him, and yeah, he's just a good guy.
It's a surprise.
It's a secret.
We have a surprise.
We have a surprise!
We have a surprise.
We have a surprise!
3. Bob, you better appreciate this.
Cheers.
Cheers!
Thanks for the beer.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to see this damn bike. Let's do a cheers. To the Argyles. The Argyles. Dino, fire up that bike.